As the fragile 2-week ceasefire between the United States, Israel, and Iran teeters on the brink of collapse, the path to peace has descended into fresh turmoil. Mediated talks in Islamabad. President Donald Trump has responded with some of his starkest warnings yet, threatening to unleash devastating strikes on Iranian infrastructure if demands over the Strait of Hormuz are not met. The standoff, now entering its 7th week, risks reigniting full-scale conflict with massive implications for global energy security and Middle East stability. And Israeli strikes targeted Iranian nuclear and military sites amid heightened regional tensions. Iran retaliated with missile barges, drawing in proxies across the Gulf and beyond. After weeks of intense fighting that left dozens dead and disrupted global shipping, Pakistan stepped in as mediator. On April 8th, both sides agreed to a temporary halt in hostilities. Iran described the pause as a chance for negotiations, but explicitly stated it did not signal the end of the war. The first face-to-face talks in Islamabad on April 11th to 12th lasted more than 21 hours, but ended without a breakthrough. Vice President J.D. Vance, leading the American delegation, said Iran refused key commitments, including foregoing nuclear weapons development and reopening the vital Strait of Hormuz. Now, as the deadline looms, diplomacy appears stalled. Iranian state media reported over the weekend that Tehran has no plans to attend a second round of talks scheduled or proposed for this week. Violations of the ceasefire, including a naval blockade of Iranian ports and the recent seizure of an Iranian-flagged cargo ship attempting to bypass restrictions in the Gulf of Oman. Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps labeled the action armed piracy and vowed a soon retaliation. Sanctions, an end to regional proxy conflicts, and guarantees against future Israeli or American aggression. President Trump has left little room for ambiguity. In recent statements aboard Air Force One and on social media, he warned that failure to reach a deal by April 22nd could mean the end of the ceasefire. He has repeatedly tied any pause to the immediate reopening of the Strait of Hormuz, through which roughly 20% of global oil passes. In earlier remarks, Trump threatened to knock out every single power plant and every bridge in Iran, warning that refusal to comply could see the country taken out or even a whole civilization devastated. Maintains its blockade will remain in place until terms are met, escalating fears of renewed airstrikes. The economic stakes could not be higher. Closure or severe restriction of the strait has already sent oil prices spiking and rattled energy markets worldwide. Shipping companies have diverted vessels, driving up insurance costs and delaying supplies. Analysts warn that a return to open conflict could push crude above $150 per barrel, triggering inflation in Europe, Asia, and the United States. Beyond energy, the humanitarian toll looms large, and Israeli forces have already conducted precision strikes on military targets in previous rounds. Pakistan continues to push for de-escalation, with its foreign ministry confirming ongoing discussions, but admitting no firm date has been set for new talks. Mediators from Turkey, Egypt, and Qatar have offered support, yet optimism is fading. Iranian parliamentary speaker Mohammad Bagher Kalibaf signaled that Tehran remains open to dialogue in principle, but will not bow to ultimatums or temporary fixes. Side, officials close to the administration described the coming days as a last chance before military options are revisited. The rejection of talks marks a significant setback after the apparent progress of the April 8th ceasefire. That agreement briefly eased tensions, allowing limited humanitarian access and a pause in missile exchanges. However, mutual accusations of violations have eroded trust. Iran points to the ship's seizure and continued blockade as proof of bad faith. Washington counters that Iran never fully honored commitments to reopen maritime routes critical for global trade. As April 22nd approaches, the region holds its breath. Ally in the conflict has maintained pressure on Iranian-backed groups in Lebanon and elsewhere, complicating any broader deal. Regional powers such as Saudi Arabia and the UAE have quietly urged restraint, fearing spillover that could destabilize the Gulf. For now, the war resolution remains in chaos. Trump's brutal warnings have raised the temperature, while Iran's firm stance signals no surrender to pressure. Whether mediators can engineer a last-minute extension or breakthrough remains uncertain. One thing is clear: the coming 48 hours will determine if diplomacy prevails or if the Middle East slides back into open warfare. The world watches closely. Global markets are already pricing in risk. Families in Tehran, Tel Aviv, and beyond brace for what comes next. In an era of great power competition and fragile alliances, this impasse underscores how quickly ceasefires can unravel and how high the cost of failure truly is.